Hey, this is your crazy menopausal gal from Abilene. We have the devil woman and we have Jonica. So give us some thumbs up. Can they give us thumbs up and hearts?
Yes, they can. On Facebook, our little live, they give us thumbs up.
When you jump
Heart.
on, let us know when you jump on. Say hi. That way we can talk to you.
Yes, they can.
We have someone on. Hello.
Let me see.
Oh, we have a few people on. Hey. Hey. We are talking tonight about fatal love. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? I mean, really, how good is the sex? I mean, really, come on, let's get real here. How good is it?
Exactly. Oh,
I would kill for you. Well, okay. Well, let's talk about
that. So who do y'all want to start with? We got two totally good topics. Both are current events because both are. I mean, one is current event because they're bringing it back from the 80s, but they're doing a special on Hulu, and they're also going to do a special on HBO Max on it. And then the other one is, current event. Of course, everybody's been reading and hearing about the prison guard that's helped the inmate. So, who do y'all want to discuss first?
Let's start with Candy Montgomery because I just watched the 4 episodes and it was really weird. But the fact that she was acquitted, I'm still blown away by that.
So I was talking to Jonica a while ago about this show, this movie, this Candy. Well, first of all, I've got to say, in my expertise of opinion here, because it's so important, to me, it took me back to, instead of it being the 80s, to me, it took us back to being in a 70s porno.
Well, technically, I guess it would be 70s because the affair and everything started, which would be late 70s,
True.
79, and then 80 when she killed her. And then 84, I think, is when she was actually sentenced or acquitted.
True. So I guess that's the reason why it was like
hello. Y'all say hello as y'all jumped on.
I don't know. When I saw the shorts and the knee-high socks and all the hairy legs, that's the first thing I thought of was 70s
volleyball game.
So I just couldn't.
I mean, do y'all really not remember the old bike shorts?
Yes, and I would like to try to forget them.
See, nowadays people be trying to wear the sweatpants. Yes, everybody be talking about the sweatpants, and I'm like, do y'all not remember 70 and 80s clothing? Y'all think y'all are cool now?
80s rule, dude.
They didn't have them corduroy pants and those velour sweaters. The tight velour sweaters.
Hey, I'm fat, so when I got
them
corduroy
plaid
pants, so when I got them corduroy pants and I walked, you would hear, you would hear the little rubbing.
Oh Lord.
Fire starter pants.
Fire starter pants. All right, y'all. Well, we have 4 people on. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about this Candy gal.
All right. Well, let's start off with it was happened in Wiley, Texas.
Yes.
So that to me was interesting because even though we live closer to Ranger or Abilene in this little podunk town, I consider Fort Worth close enough as the closest, biggest thing, and the whole Metroplex
Wiley is
area.
actually about 20 minutes from me.
Oh, okay. So where are you at, Jonica?
Because I live in Garland.
Oh, so you're in Garland. Okay, so you're in the Fort Worth metro area. Okay, yeah, cool. That's right.
But
Yeah, it was
originally
actually
she's
Dallas.
like Ranger
um,
So
Originally.
fun.
So, I don't know. That to me, that was just like that bitch took a lot of guts to be her. I think to have an affair with
Well, the fact
a
that she
man
was like all
and befriend
friendly
her.
and stuff is like that was so
I don't know.
wrong. So wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so I don't remember hearing about any of Montgomery girl or the other. Okay, so the Candy Montgomery was a lady that hacked her neighbor back in 1980. It was actually on Friday the 13th. And she was having an affair. It was her neighbor, and she was having an affair with the husband. And this happened. Whew, they had an affair, and then she didn't get convicted till 1984, and then she was acquitted, or she went to trial, and that was acquitted from it. She hacked the neighbor Betty Gore, I think was the lady's name, and she hacked her. She was 41 times with the axe.
Yeah.
Is
It
what
was
it was.
41.
Yeah, and 1980 is when it happened. So, and it was weird because I mean, their daughters hung out together. They went to school. They went to the same church. They lived in the same community. She threw her a baby shower when she was pregnant. And when I was watching this and reading about this, I kept thinking of that one T-shirt that says, "Witch, don't try me. I'll put you in my trunk and help people look for you."
Yeah.
I was like, that would be me. Like, don't test me.
Yeah.
I will hide you
That's
in
what
my
I was
trunk
saying.
and help people look for you.
That's what I was saying. She was ballsy because she was having an affair with that chick's husband. But it's like, okay, I'm going to befriend her, and she's going to be like, I'm going to make her believe that we're best friends, and I'm going to give her a baby shower, and I'm going to do all this, and have an affair with her husband the whole time. But to me, that's like crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
I
I don't
mean,
know. It was
I don't know.
crazy.
Oh yeah, Dolores said she changed her name and was working in a mental health, and I believe she did that after she moved out of the state.
Oh wow. She reminds me of, or is definitely the definition of keep your friends close and your
And you're in
enemies closer.
close.
Like,
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking
seriously.
that Daddy used to say that all the time.
I mean, but who does that? Who befriends somebody just to be doing evil crap to them? Like, I don't know, it's a waste of my time, energy to be holding, to do something like that. And that's funny because I'm the devil woman. And I'll tell you right now, straight up, my first thought is to do some evil, crunked up, and not even I would go to that extent.
Huh, well, that's something right there.
Yeah, because if you watch the show, if you watch the show on Hulu, it makes it look like she was not friends with her until after she started the affair with her husband.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she befriended her and all that. And that was just I mean,
Right.
I just was like, oh my God, is she throwing this woman a baby shower?
Yes. Hulu did portray as very high.
House.
Yes. It's like very high schoolish. Like the other ladies wouldn't talk to her and stuff like
Yeah. But I was telling Mom, the woman herself, and maybe I don't know. I mean, maybe she really didn't act like that. Maybe she did, but if she really acted the way the wife acted,
Uh-huh.
Lord, there is no way that I could handle being around her.
Right.
I mean, she was. I mean, I'm not saying that she deserved to be killed or anything. I'm not saying that, but there's no way that I could have. I don't care if I was screwing her husband or not. I couldn't have friended her. That would have.
She was very, very clingy and possessive of her husband, and it was almost like she was so full of anger, like insecurity. But then it was shown when they started that marriage encounter that it came out that she had cheated on her husband, and that's and then it makes more sense why she acted the way she did when he was out of her sight.
Right.
And I believe
and
that.
I think
I believe that.
I think about that. Yeah, because she saw the signs, though, I think, of what it was to be having an affair because she had already had one.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Yeah. I see.
I did get a little confused in the Hulu series because it says when the police are talking, it says that she hacked her because she found out she was pregnant. So I couldn't dig or find any more information as to whether that Betty Gore lady was actually pregnant when she killed her. Like, it didn't go into that much detail.
Yeah, I mean, on the movie. Yeah, on the movie, that's how it started, wasn't it? That she was thinking she was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't that right?
My understanding is they had Betty Gore had the daughter.
Around so much. Yeah, it jumped around so much because I was confused at the first two because I was in there like, wait a minute, and then it flashes to him because when it first starts, it's a baby crying, and the cheater, he gets up and he sees baby's crying, but he ignores the baby and goes and lets the dogs outside.
Yeah,
and yeah, and so but it kept going 2 months, and then 7 years, and and you're just like, okay, you're confusing me. So I don't know if they were like conversations about when she was pregnant with the baby that was in the crib, or if she was truly pregnant.
Right. Again. Because, I mean, the baby was left crying.
And what happened to the little boy? Did I sleep through something? I mean,
well, he was a little boy. They were fostering the little
Where did he
boy, and then he threw a fit over the invitations and party.
Right.
And said he didn't want to stay there. And the next thing you know, they came and they removed him from the house.
Okay, so they did. Okay, I must have missed that part of them removing him because all of a sudden I was just like, where was the little boy?
Right.
So seriously, Mom is like, I want to watch this Candy movie. I'm like, okay, so, and I did too because I love this kind of stuff, right? And like I said, the first thing off the bat, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, 70s porno. This is what it reminds me of. Blah blah blah. And half the time I'm like, oh my God, this movie sucks. And then we get to the last episode of it, and Mother's like, you want to watch something else? Well, hell no, I don't want to watch something else. We've already suffered 36 hours of this crap. Now let's watch it. And I didn't get to see the rest of it because we're doing this. But Mom didn't realize it was that long of a movie. But I was sitting there like, oh, God, I'm going to put my eyeballs out. But
yes. So it says, or the thing that I looked up, and this was according to the Texas Monthly magazine article that comes out at that time, and it says she pled self-defense, and the reason that the jury came back as not guilty, for murder was because the Betty lady had hit her twice, and then she gained control of the axe, and then of course she killed the Betty lady, but she took a polygraph and it came back that she was being truthful, that she didn't attack the Betty lady, that lady attacked her first.
Okay, how many times did she whack her?
41
41.
times.
There was
Okay,
multiple
that-
ones done after death.
So that right there tells you, no, it wasn't in defense. I mean, I'm no
Right.
lawyer. I mean, but that should tell them right there that there was a lot of rage behind it.
Exactly. And I don't know, maybe just because I'm too fat to like do all that kind of work, I'm gonna hit somebody maybe once or twice. I don't care how much rage I got. I got time to sit there and hit somebody 41 times and then go take a shower, go do some running
Yeah,
around
who would do that?
with shit.
She showered
And
at
then
her house. She showered at the woman's house. She,
Right.
you know,
oh,
because it flashes back. She is standing in her clothes in the shower, and she is literally in that woman's house because she gets out of the tub and there's all that blood, like watery
Yep.
blood on the carpet.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't. Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Oh,
Yeah. My
she
mother
really
swears
did.
me down the original movie's better. So I would like to see that one.
And what is the name of the original? What is the name of the original movie?
Dolores, are you on?
She told me.
Dolores.
I heard Killing in a Small Town. Is that it? Because that's what I
Dolores.
found. That there's a movie made in 1990 about it that says Killing in a Small Town, which is based off of it.
And then you said that there's a new movie on Cinemax Plus.
HBO Max.
Oh, okay. And what's it called?
And they're gonna do their version of it, and it's gonna come out sometime in June.
I would like to see that one too.
Right. I want to see that portrayal as well.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be pretty good.
So I think that again, this goes back to our justice system in prisons and all that crap. I believe that she should be in jail. Like, rage takes people's.
It's a blackout. I do agree.
I actually agree with Eric. Because I was sitting there
Hey,
thinking,
Eric.
if somebody like hit me with an axe twice and I got the power back from him, I might be so pissed. I'm like, whatever, just going crazy, and then be like, oh wait, just blackout rage because the adrenaline's going. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. But
So
how long do you think your blackout
41
rage is gonna last? Yeah, not 41 times because I'm sorry.
I'm fat, so it probably wouldn't last.
Not 41 times.
But that Candy chick, if she's shaped like Jessica Biel, then she probably had some good energy going. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well,
I don't know. I just the stopping, the whacking, the stopping the whacking, and going in there and saying, "Oh, well, I'm going to go in here and take a shower." To me, that's like
that's crazy.
She knew what she was doing.
Right.
To
And
me,
then,
if she wasn't, she would have ran out of the house completely covered with blood and just flipping it. Or I would have flipped out if I would have done something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. But and then the way that she kept going, telling how she got to talking to Betty, and then she went to the Walmart in Plano, and she didn't go inside because she looked and saw her watch was stopped. She didn't know how long. She kept saying that over and over and over. It was like,
she had it perfectly planned out and timed out, and people convinced. Now going back to the blackout thing, though, there's actual scientific study done on it where true anger and rage only lasts, I think it's 10 seconds at max.
Oh, really?
True blackout rage.
Oh, the blackout rage.
Yes. Like actual anger, true blackout rage is only equivalent to 10 seconds. After that, you're completely, or a normal person would be completely responsible or in touch with their whatever, competent of what they're doing.
Yeah, but I think that she already was suffering from depression anyway, because if you when you're watching, she can't get her husband to pay attention to her, and um, she was, and this is the part that was weird. Their female pastor, which I didn't really realize that was a thing back in those days.
Yeah, I
They
didn't
shared
realize
smutty
that.
books back and forth. I mean, really, or sharing smutty books, and she's your
Yeah.
pastor.
Yeah, again, this is what gives Christians and churches bad names because of stuff like
Yeah.
this. What goes.
But if you
That's
think
the first
about it,
thing that I thought of.
but if you think about it, back in that day, all that stuff that went on, that seems pretty logical back then. Yes, they would tell you, no, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. But darn well they was probably doing exactly that. Sharing porno
Yeah,
books, having swing parties, and doing all this shit.
right,
So I
right.
could completely see how that would go on.
I just have a problem when somebody
Oh,
acts like they're just so holier than thou. And
Oh
I
yeah.
don't, like the way they
yeah.
was, here they are in church and they're sitting there discussing all this sex and having affairs and, all this stuff. And then turn around and be in the pulpit acting all goody goody. I can't
Right.
stand that.
Well,
Well,
Eric
and
said, like Lizzie Borden gave her father 40 whacks after seeing what she had done, hell gave her mother 41.
Yeah,
that's
a lot
true.
of rage, a lot of rage right
Oh,
there.
yeah. That was a lot of rage. But
Now,
after what she
was
went
it
through, I
actually
mean,
okay? So I couldn't imagine swinging an axe 41 times. Maybe a little tomahawk, but I couldn't do an axe. Like I seen it. Like seriously,
well, you
splitting
would think
wood.
she would be sore the next day. I mean,
Yes,
my God, do you
Exactly.
think that, I
or
mean, because, think about that arm movement going. That's a strenuous workout.
but not only
Girl,
just the arm. When you swing that axe and you come down with like a whole bunch of brute force because it
yeah,
is your extreme core coming down. And I know because I've done it before.
yeah.
And that's why I said I was winded after like two freaking things and split wood. And this lady is gonna do it 41 times. Shoot.
Right.
What
Um,
what I wonder about, because I have been so pissed. Suzanne can verify this. When I get really, really pissed off, my eyes bulge out and I go straight for the jugular. I don't
That's
ask questions. I go right in.
that's me.
And
I totally get that.
if
Uh
I cry, that pisses me off even more.
yeah, because people think I'm being weak when I'm really
Yeah.
just pissed off that I can't get
Yeah.
out what it is I'm trying to say or get my point across.
So, and I want to, because I mean, I know how pissed that is. And I get so pissed to where literally I feel there's heat that's inside my body. I can feel it going through my system. And
Yes. I
I
had
want to
never
just,
understood that till it happened one day when
yeah,
somebody says my blood is boiling and you can
yes,
literally
exactly.
feel
yeah.
your
Now,
blood like
Eric also said it happens when you get so upset. He says, I cry and then I black out. It's only happened 2 times in my life, and that's why I walk away. Call me a puss, but actually I'm gonna save someone.
I
Yeah.
could see that. I could see that
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
mean
being that
that's
mad,
probably the
shaky.
way to walk away. Because I mean, trust me, I've been so mad where I'm sitting there visualize. I got my eyes closed and I can visualize taking
Yes.
that person's face and just smashing it into my kneecap.
Yes.
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 And it does take up a
Yes.
bigger person to
But
just walk away.
how weird is this? How weird is this? I could be sitting here talking to y'all just like right now, and I have a person in mind that I'm thinking of right now. I'm sitting here talking to y'all like everything's just fine, and I could, in the back of my head, I could be sitting here imagining beating her head in.
Oh,
How
I got one too. I got one too, and I understand that. I feel that, Jody. I
So
feel that.
if you have that much rage, that's what I was trying to say. I don't understand how, because I mean that's a lot of rage, but I can't see going and actually killing somebody and chopping them up, whacking them 41 times. Even though
Like I wouldn't go. Okay, like I could see that because I wouldn't go with the intention of whacking them 41 times. Like I would be pissed, but I'm gonna tell you I'm pissed. Like I don't know. I've always been that way. I'm gonna be pissed.
You're gonna know.
Well, not even, because there have been times where I'll get pissed and normally I talk. When I get dead ass silent is when you know something's going on. Because in my mind, I've already figured out how I'm gonna walk up to you and I'm just gonna knock the shit out of you. Give a fuck. Sorry if I get my ass beat, because that's what it is. You're either gonna get your ass beat or you're gonna beat somebody else's ass. You have to be willing to accept the consequence either which way. And if I get up, because Lord, if you make me get up, waste my energy to get up, I am going to do something. Or I'm the type of person. Yeah, I'm the type of person that I'm going to go over there and I'm just going to start waylaying on you. Okay, if you don't get me to that point, then I'm going to say as much crap to push you to that point. Oh,
exactly.
I'm gonna, and I don't know why I do that, because I know, but my mouth is gonna be running and running, and I'm gonna throw every jab I can in there.
100%, mate.
Like people, and there's people who I get don't fist fight. They're not physically confrontational. They want to run their mouth, and I'll tell you right now, there's hardly anybody that's gonna run their mouth quicker than me. And because when you come after me, I'm gonna shut you down. I'll let all your shit bear. I don't care if it takes myself down, make me look stupid. I will make you, that's me.
Yeah. What's so funny about it?
Because I will kill shot. I don't give a damn. Like,
and Suzanne is sitting here talking like this, but get this. Suzanne has seen me so many times flip out on the girls. And when I say girls, it's our team. And I mean, like I said before, I go straight for the jugular. I don't sit there ho-hum around. I go straight and I don't ask questions. And Suzanne, hearing Suzanne say this is so funny, because when we're when we're having this discussion in our group and I'm flying off the handle at her, she'll say, I think what Jody is trying to say is,
I'm like, let me put it in a different perspective.
Simmer down.
Yeah, I'm like, I try to hold the dog. Now, if we were actually together in person, there is like a 99.9999% I would not hold you back. I'd be the person instigating.
Yeah, I swear. And I have Suzanne. I can tell Suzanne has a great, big, huge heart, and I have one of the biggest hearts that you can have. But when there's something that comes over me, when I've had enough, that's it, and that's it. I mean, literally. I mean, it's bad. And like
and I've had that rage, that blackout rage, where. But like I said, to me, I don't know, it's a little bit different because I feel like you are always in control of yourself. And trust me, Jonica has worked where I worked.
Yeah, that's what she was telling me.
You have to have a shit ton of patience.
And that's something that we was
to
talking
do
about
what we do.
Yeah, I was telling her about a coworker box of rocks.
A coworker what?
Box of rocks.
Yes, a box of rocks. That's literally like the clients now. If I were to say who's box of rocks, they would tell you who that is, because she was as useful as a box of rocks.
Right.
But and there have been clients I've had my glasses slapped off my face. I've had my hair pulled, and anybody that knows me knows that you get in a zone, and if it was anybody else other than like
You're
would I know, it would be over. Like in 10
yeah.
seconds, it would be done.
And see,
But
I don't think I could. I honest to God, I think I would.
somehow you managed to hold it together. Because I have had a client that did it, and like you're in the middle of restraining, and then to be spit on face to face
Oh
with
God,
someone,
no,
and you can't
no,
let go to wipe your face. And I'm talking about full-fledged dripping down.
no, no,
I mean, the
no.
rage, the boiling rage, I could feel it. And there was nothing else that I could do to like clean it. I couldn't do my shoulder. Could not get it off. So the only thing I had left to do with everything in me and every ounce, I just licked it right off my lip. It rolled down. I licked it and I gave her that eye stare. And then all of a sudden she calmed down. Well, the next day, I didn't say nothing to her. I did everything that I was supposed to do. The next day, she went over there and she told the people, I saw the devil in her eyes. And I was like, you sure the did.
Wow. See,
Because she said,
I don't have
she
no
said, your
patience.
eyes flipped out. She goes, your eyes literally. I was like, and they did. Not sure.
Well, that's what Philip and Morgan will say, says when I get to a certain point, you'll see me. I'll start clenching my teeth, but they say that my eyes get real big and they just bulge, and it's just like when I get to that point, it's like move back because
Right.
it's gone, it's over, it's done with. I am, and I hate for somebody to sit there and say, "What's going on? What's wrong with you? What's?"
Mhm.
Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Get out of my way. Don't try to calm me down. You know?
Yes.
I don't know. Suzanne and
Okay.
I might get in trouble if we get together.
All right, so we're at 32 minutes. Do y'all want to switch over and talk about Officer White?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Let's switch over to Miss Vicky White.
This whole thing, and Suzanne, I sent you that other woman that helped that other convict
Yes.
break out, and I can't remember her name, but to me, it's like, you're sitting there working in this prison, and you have a good job, you've had it for years. What in the world would make you say, "Oh, well, this prisoner, I'm going to have a relationship with," and
Yeah.
he's,
Like, what goes through your mind to say that?
yeah. I mean, honestly, what
Because they're
there
such
has
an upstanding citizen that they are in prison. I just want to be with you.
It just reminds me of
Oh,
what was that movie? Oh my gosh, with Nicolas Cage and Holly Hunter, where they Raised in Arizona.
Oh yeah, I love that movie. Yeah, I love
I
that
don't know.
movie.
Like, seriously, like, oh, what? You're in here for murder? That sounds like marriage material.
Yeah, no
Really?
doubt, no doubt.
I mean,
Uh,
I don't know. I don't know what somebody's thought process is.
so
Um, are they like those
I'm
people that write letters to and they
Yeah,
get
you
it
got
in
all
there?
these crazy women with
Yes.
like in love with people on death row. What?
okay. So I have some notes here. On April 18th, Vicky sold her home.
Hmm.
She sold her property for $95,550, which was
Yes.
way below the market value.
Yes.
She
She sold
started
it
living
outright.
with her mother after the sale. Okay. Um, on April 20, okay, this was April 18th. On April 28th, Vicky submits her retirement paperwork. Okay.
Which was an excess. It was a hefty amount.
It Yeah.
It was
Well,
like it was in the hundreds of thousands, wasn't it?
no, I don't think it was. I don't think it was that much. Okay. So this was April 28th. Okay. The week ahead of the escape, specific dates unknown, Vicky purchases men's clothing at Kohl's department store and visited a sex shop because, hey, that's so important on the run. You got to get some dildos and whatever,
Strapless,
battery
whatever.
to be on the run. Uh, it says it's unclear if she bought anything at the adult toy store. Okay, I don't care about that. I mean, like,
You know,
I
she
mean,
was
I just,
planning for a good time. Well,
yeah, I mean,
again,
I just
okay,
find that
You're
is
wanting
just
that
really,
swing.
I just,
well, again, okay, so if she was planning for a good time, I mean, then what the hell was she doing in a sex shop? Again,
exactly.
obviously, it must not have been that great if you're
Well,
wanting
she could have
to.
been getting something to use on him. I mean, he had been in the pen.
That is true. I have heard of stories like that before.
I have too. So, okay, so
Uh,
okay, this is what the district attorney says that he claims that she also withdrew 90,000 in cash out of series of bank accounts.
yes, he was like 90,000. And then not to mention whatever her retirement was, plus the value of her home. And
Right.
then um so he actually escaped on the 29th is the day that she helped him. But it says the week prior, they actually did like a dry run to test out how easy it was going to be to get him out of the jail. So like
Yeah.
the week before, they actually left the property and did a dry run. I mean,
He
Yeah.
left with her a week before.
yeah, the week before, she told the people, the sheriffs, whatever, or everything there, that she was going to take him to an
Oh,
appointment, and they did a dry run. They did a practice run on it.
Hmm.
that's insane.
Yes, that's crazy, right? I don't know, but again, what a stupid inmate. I don't know because I ain't gonna do no practice run. From the first time I made it out, I'd have been like, "Bye, bitch, I'm out."
You just said my thoughts.
Exactly. I'd be like, "Where the money at, ho? I'm leaving."
And
It's just
Suzanne, I mean, Jody mentioned something earlier when we were talking that there had to be somebody helping because how
Of
did she get all
course.
everything in the way set up?
Exactly. Of course. There had to be a third person that knew everything that
bec-
was going
because
on. I
this
mean,
they asked that they asked this cop or this sheriff or whatever uh asked where the bulk of the money had gone, and the sheriff Wedding told Daily Mail that they spent it on multiple vehicles, equipment, a gun, probably dildos, hotel meals, and clothes, and that lube. You got to get that lube. Sixty
I'm cutting
thousand
out for just a
together
sec.
if you're spending 6,000 a pop. Now she had purchased several vehicles, and
right.
I guess
Because,
they had them in different places, and they would drop off the car that they was in, and then get in
yes, because it
that
says that
vehicle.
they took off in her patrol car. And from
Mm-hmm.
there, they switched to an orange Ford Edge, which they took, I guess, from Alabama where they were at. They took it
Yeah,
all the way to Tennessee, is where they left that. And then there was a Ford F-150 at like a what you would call it, car wash place that was there.
yeah.
And that's what tipped off the police, is because they left that car there as an escape car, and somebody had seen that it was just parked there and then turned that tip into the police. So I was
So
like,
I want.
oh, okay.
So there has to be a third person involved.
Right. There had to
How
have
else
been a
is
third
she going to
person.
get those vehicles? Because if she went in,
Right.
if she put them there herself, they would already have been towed.
Exactly. So my thing is though, I mean, I don't know, common sense in my thing would have been, if you're gonna have all these vehicles and set up for 11 days that they were out, why the F didn't they get out of the country?
I was about to say the same thing. They had
That would
all
have been
that
my
money.
first thought.
Yeah,
My
they had
first,
all that money.
yeah,
Why stay in
my
the
first
States?
search would be to look up countries that don't expedite
Yeah.
back to,
I would have
you know what
helped.
I mean?
I mean, she had planned out everything else. Why didn't
He had
she?
his, okay, so being locked up, he had to have his offender's ID. So they had to have a picture of him. I mean, how hard
Hmm.
would it have been to make a fake ID, fake passport, you know, and get out of the country?
Yeah.
Hell, I mean, if they had that many vehicles in 11 days, they should have been able to make it from Alabama to Canada or Mexico,
Yeah. I
you
mean,
know, and
that just doesn't make sense to me. I mean,
right.
I don't know what she was thinking. I mean,
I
that's
don't know,
weird.
but if I mean, him as an inmate should have known as well too. You can't have your
Yeah.
cake and eat it too. You ain't gonna escape from
Now,
jail.
do we even
And
know what he was in jail for?
yes, he was in jail for he was on murder charges and conspiracy to murder.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump off. My son's calling me from Korea.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Y'all
Thank you
got
for jumping
19
on.
minutes left, guys.
Okay,
Okay.
thank
Right.
you.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Bye. Um,
And then so now, okay, so he was on murder charges as to begin with. So now that they got caught, he's going back to jail, and they're adding not only those charges, because he was up to being sentenced for those charges, and
mhm.
now they're going to add escape in the first degree, which is like a whole nother set of charges. I'm like, are you serious? Was it even worth it? Like,
And again, that goes back to our prison, our justice system and stuff. How
mhm,
screwed up is that? They should just say, okay, take them to the front of the line, and
right. Now, I don't know if this was like a major city town or whatnot. I haven't really looked up where it happened, but I think about, I don't know, Texas, or maybe it's just my thinking old ways when somebody escapes, or like around here, I've seen it. When, again, I live out in the country, out here, somebody escapes. My first thought is the first thing you see, you got posse out here. Sheriff's department
yeah,
literally has horses that
yeah,
they're going to go through the brush. They have a helicopter that
yeah,
comes in, and they're going to be pushing you through the brush.
yeah. I don't know.
So
It's
for 11
something.
days, I just can't understand it. 11 days. What are you doing 11 days in the United States? I mean, I get you could probably be tying up loose ends, but knowing that you're escaped, that's going to be the first place that the police look for you. Any family
Well,
members, you know, they're going to be looking for contact people.
I've got it right here. Um, she left with him that morning at 9:41.
Mm-hmm.
At 9:41. At 3:30, 6 hours later.
Is when they realized that they were gone.
Yeah, the booking officer couldn't get a hold of her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that's 6 hours that they had before they started searching for her. I mean, before it ever got out that they was something, was going on. They had plenty of time to get, like you said, across country. I mean, like, I just
That's
can't
what I
imagine.
mean. 11 days, they had enough time to get the hell out of the country. What
Yeah.
were they doing for 11 days? I mean, what would be top priority than getting out of the country? You know what I mean? Like, that should have been top priority, out of the country, so they cannot sit and put me back to jail.
And girl, if I had that much money, I sure wouldn't be taking a murderer along with me.
Hell no. With that kind of money, they could have came up with some good passport.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think there was a third person involved, and I think that I mean I know the reason why she killed herself because she knew what was going to happen.
She was going to be in some deep caca
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and being a jailer,
Dude,
and then she was going to be sent most likely to the same prison, women's corrections, and they would have been like, he
yeah,
was a jailer, you know.
yeah. It would have been rough,
Uh,
really rough.
exactly.
Dude,
Exactly.
have you seen how big he is?
Yes, he was huge.
Good God. When he got out of that car, when they was taking him in, I
Hmm.
could not believe how big he was. How he just towered over the other guys. I mean, how okay, how do you go around trying to disguise that, you know?
Right. I don't know.
without you know, making him look more
Put a wig on.
suspicious. I don't know. I just wish I knew I could get in her head and just figure, you know, like to
Like,
see
what
what
the
she
hell were you
saw
thinking?
because to me it's just completely screwed up.
Right. It's not worth it. It would, I don't know. I like tend to weigh my pros and cons. Is it worth it? Not worth it? Like,
I
and
mean,
I
she
told
had
you,
plenty of time. I mean, apparently she'd been planning it for a while. She had to
that's
have.
true. Okay, because, you know, and I get people's thinking because my thinking way back when, at least 10 years ago, when I was roughly 30, anywhere between 25 and 30, I told people we should rob a bank. I was like, it's feasible. Average time for robbing a bank is what,
Yeah,
10 years, depending on how much you steal. I was like, state time, 10 years. I was 25 at the time. I was like, if I get out, I'll be 35. Plenty of time to spend whatever money I have.
yeah, right,
Good.
right.
I was like, if you still over, I think it's what the 250, whatever the FDIC, then you do Fed time, which
Yeah,
everybody says is like, you know, easy time. I was like, granted, you get 20 years. I was like, I'd be 40. I still have time. It used to be tempting, but then, you know, common sense hits and it's like, okay, that's not reality. You
well, you know, it's
know,
also tempting to go up and whip somebody's ass, and you know, but you know, you do have some kind of
restraint.
conscience. Yeah, I mean, like even me. I mean, as crazy as I am, I mean, hey, Philip's over there laughing. I don't know, wise ass. I don't know. Like I said though, I think there was a third person involved. I really
Right.
do. There had to have been.
There had to have been somebody sitting there telling her, yeah, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll
and
park
and
this
I
car
don't
over here.
and I think
You
that
know,
I think they know who this third person is, but they ain't gonna say because I think they're fixing to grab that third person and they're gonna be charged with accessory, you know.
I mean, if she, especially if she was like, okay, you do this and I'll give you $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this day and age, I mean, yeah, I can. I mean, people would do it
Yeah,
for that amount.
exactly. Have you seen the price of gas? I'm sure. I mean, it's
Yeah,
taking gas.
yeah, yeah, no doubt.
Especially if you need a baby formula.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly. Or baby formula.
yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's screwed up,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy.
And it says when
I
they
think we're,
crash.
I think that we're going to end up hearing some more stuff that's going to come to light in the next couple
Right.
of weeks. I think.
Right. And when the car crashed, in the car, they said they found $29,000 cash, 4 handguns, her an AR-15, her deputy belt, and then camping equipment. So they were planning to live, you know, be off the grid.
But what the hell? Why didn't they do it to begin with? I mean, that's just craziness.
Right. Why would you be integrated with society? I guess maybe they tried to like hide in plain sight, is I guess what they were going for, but apparently They had some major malfunctions or something.
I don't know. Maybe they had a dildo fetish and decided to go to all the sex stores before they left. I don't know. I mean, I just thought that was weird too. I mean, like, okay. The first thing I thought of when I saw that thing about the sex store, the first thing I thought of, well, he had been in jail for how long?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. And to me, I mean, it's just, again, like I said, seriously, you're a jailer in a jail and they're in there for murder. What in the right mind tells you, oh yeah, checklist, murder, perfect, marriage
Yeah,
material,
yeah,
you know,
that's the one. That's the one.
like
Yeah, I mean,
boyfriend material, huh?
yeah.
Domestic violence.
Check that off.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's a dream come true.
you know, it just it amazes me what people think
And
or
it's
don't
not
think.
like she wasn't ugly or anything like that. It's like you know, she could get whoever she pretty much wanted.
Exactly. You know, and with as much money as she said had, you know, money don't buy happiness, but I'm sure she could have bought somebody.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a crazy, crazy thing. We live in a crazy world. I wish I could
Yes.
get in their minds, and I can't even handle my own mind, but uh, I would love to know what they think.
Right. What the thought process was.
I wish we knew of a person that we could talk to about this, like a professional.
Uh-huh.
However, I couldn't personally talk to him on a live like this because he would be evaluating me.
You would feel like you're being evaluated.
Yeah, and so I couldn't talk to him.
Girl,
So
I talk all day. I'd be like this. If they knew, then they already know that I'm crazy. So shoot, what are they gonna tell me that I don't
uh
already know?
just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Well, Chica, it's 10 minutes
8 minutes.
till. Oh, eight
Yeah.
minutes till.
Yeah, eight
Okay.
minutes till. So we gotta
So well,
that way we can
Growler.
upload to YouTube.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a poll again this week. Let's see what topics we want to talk about next Saturday or
Send us some topics in, y'all. We want to know, what do y'all want to talk about?
right, give us some ideas. Something that we could look up, research. Could be true crime, could be an old
Sex
crime.
stores. It could be
It could
anything,
be
whatever you wanted.
anything. Exactly. And we're
Anything
willing.
that would look. This is why I created this group. Seriously, WTF. Anything that can make you say, "What the?" That's what I want to talk about. So
Right.
anything that you can think of that's like WTF material, then let's talk about it.
Right.
No boundaries. Go down the
Exactly.
rabbit hole and let's talk about some taboo shit.
Right. I'm down.
I'm
So
for it.
give us some ideas. Whoop whoop. We'll put up a poll. Or pick two topics. We'll put them in a bowl. Pick something.
Put them in a
Um,
bowl.
yeah, put them in a bowl. Whip them up. You know, we do all sorts of stuff around here.
Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds like a plan. We'll be back here next Saturday. Do
Yep.
you we need to discuss this. Do you want to keep going on at 10? Some people can't get on. Like Sarah said that she would love to hear it, but she had to go to bed. So that's
Right.
something else that we need to do a poll on.
Or if
I
y'all
think,
want to switch days,
yeah,
even.
that'd be, I mean, anything, I mean, whatever y'all want to do.
Right.
Give us your thoughts on that.
Right. Any little
So
input will help us out. So give us your feedback. Just make it a post. PM one of us. PM the page. We'll get back to you, and we'll be here next Saturday.
sounds good. Okay, y'all. Y'all been hanging out with me, Jody, and I'm the crazy mental puzzle gal, and the devil woman, Suzanne,
Happy
and
May.
Jonica. She was on. She left, but we will be back next Saturday. Let us know what you want to hear, what you want to talk about, and what days or times that y'all would like. See what we can do about it, and y'all stay safe. Peace, love, rock and roll, and God bless. See y'all
Peace out.
soon. Peace out.